And welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for September 2nd, 2020, 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a Time for Change call, Time for Change Awakening call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern on this line. You might want to bring something to write with. And a lot of ground to cover as always. And also, we have for those of you who are helping with the CC on contributions and generating, additional income to do so with Tradera, we will have a call tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern, introducing it and covering the Celestial Chamber, and why we're doing Tradera, what the reason is we're doing Tradera, for the benefit of millions of people on this planet. So, and that information is located on our website, weareonelightforall.net, and you can find the Tradera call, the Zoom information. It's a purple and black flyer, and you'll see the time on that and the access information for Zoom and calling in. That's on weareonelightforall.net in the Tradera section. One of the most important things in this life is to always remain open to any radical positive shift in perception. To remain open to a radical positive shift in perception. And in the world of enlightenment, it's our perception of reality means everything. It's our perception of reality. It is the backbone to discovering how joyful, expansive, and fulfilling every experience of life truly is. Every experience. And that's difficult for many, okay, because we have this direction through the ego mind, the egoic energies, to ridicule at times life that we exist in, that we're experiencing. And perception of your reality means everything. It's discovering how joyful, expansive, fulfilling every experience of life truly is. And every life experience contains the divine connection to guess, source. And when our minds are open, we can always find it, no matter what that certain challenging person, situation, or problem may be. If you can see it with fresh eyes and an open heart and a insatiable curiosity, the previous difficulty will fade away and completely vanish. We have every experience, to think about this, every experience contains the divine connection to source. So how many of us decide, or knowingly, have our mind open so that we can always find it, no matter what that certain challenging person, situation, or problem may be? If you can see it with fresh eyes and not, polluted or clouded eyes, and an open heart and an insatiable curiosity, then whatever it is will fade away and completely vanish. So, as creators, creating a divine change in perception means that you are open to feeling, smelling, tasting, touching, hearing, and observing how the divine divine God source is already here now. We're no longer following the incessant, hungry chatter of the mind that's wandering the world like a lost puppy. We are all more interested in leading the pack back home to devour the most succulent and expansive experiences in this world. And isn't it amazing how quickly our perceptions of reality can shift when we simply change what we put into our mouths and what words we choose to speak. You can look at the mouth as your sacred portal to transformation, and it must be revered and respected for what it can do. If you want to go through the grinder and make a radical shift this week, I would highly recommend cleaning out your internal hardware by doing a 36-hour fast, where you only drink distilled water or juice. It is the fastest way to dig up the muck from your subconscious basement, create an instant shift in your perception of the bigger picture of your life. If you do any kind of a fast, make sure that your enzymes will be greatly depleted when you're finished with the fast. 36 hours, it's a day and a half. Or, day 24, day and a half. But anyway, if you do a fast, make sure that you replenish your enzymes, because your enzymes will be a little depleted. When you're cleansing out your colon, your emotional body can tend to get cranky as it's low on its normal energy supply. And when it does get ready, it's like, when does this get ready for a deeper spiritual assignment? Start to breathe deeply for about 3 to 5 minutes into the belly, not the chest, the belly. And soon the light of pure consciousness will come pouring in. And the light of divine perception is already inside you. So you just have to remove or choose to remove the muck so it can find its way into you. An optimist is a person who sees a green light everywhere, while a pessimist sees only the red stoplight. The truly wise person is colorblind. That was Albert Schweitzer. Isn't that interesting? An optimist is a person who sees a green light everywhere, while a pessimist sees only the red stoplight. The truly wise person is colorblind. Okay? So you don't differentiate between the colors, or positive or negative. So this fasting, you might want to try. You start your fasting morning by meditating with all your heart, mind, and soul to remain open to an expansive positive shift in perception. And over the next 36 hours, set the intention to expand beyond your comfort zone and into a space of deeper honesty with yourself. And this is a radical perception shift, begins with pure willingness. So it shows up when your willpower has fully subsided. You hold on to the intention of seeing and feeling the divine in everything and everyone. It's a profound perception. It cannot be forced, yet only comes through absolute surrender and letting go of how your old eyes viewed reality. Holding an attention in life can often become confused with holding on to desire. This is really important. Holding an intention in life can often become confused with holding on to desire. In the world of creating into reality or manifesting, they are exactly the opposite. There is no attachment or expectation when you have an intention to create an experience. You're simply living in awe of how the magic of the creating it into reality or manifesting universe works. You are relaxed in yourself, completely at ease, because you are trusting the magic of the mind. You are not clinging to any desire because you feel so deeply connected with the infinite spiritual source within you. You are trusting the universe has got your back and enjoyably immersed in your surrender to the totality of existence. It is only through letting go of the old that we create a new space to arrive at a different dimension of reality. Now, when you hold on to things and you are attached to things, there's no room to create a new space to arrive at a different dimension of reality. It's not there. It's full. This is what happens to many of us. When I talk about attachment and expectations, you hold on to that old stuff, and so you have no room for the new stuff and new dimensional reality to flood in. You have to let go of the old, and living in the past and wandering into the future and collecting things and attaching things and holding on to things, it literally clogs the pipeline of fluidity of the creator source energy frequencies. In order to go from 3D to 5D, okay, I get this a lot, we either choose or we don't choose, but we must pass through the heart at 4D. The heart is the gateway to altering your divine perception of reality, the heart-mind. There is no easier way to feel the source of the God, that the God is here now in your every breath, thought, and movement, simply by being completely open and surrendered to each moment. It naturally finds its way into you. So it is something that all of us either will choose to do or not do. Some of us have already done it. It is only through letting go of the old that we create a new space to arrive at a different dimension of reality. And in order to go from 3D to 5D, we either choose or we don't choose. We must pass through the heart at 4D. So the heart-mind through 4D. The heart is the gateway to altering your divine perception of reality. And there's no easier way to feel the source of God is here now in your every breath, thought, and movement, simply by being completely open, and surrendered to each moment. It naturally finds its way into you. So you slowly begin to realize, and you'll feel this in your heart minds, that the perception of the reality, when you hold on, you're holding on, and you're not letting go of the old, so you can create a space to arrive at a different dimension of reality. Now, if you picture yourselves for you to understand, is that you're in it's kind of like a reverse field, because you're experiencing life, existence, and you're creating that life as you go in your existence. And you can pick and choose how you want that life to be. And I'm serious, you can pick or choose. But in order to have that clarity, you've got to let go of the old dimension of reality. To know, to really know, to not have the influence of the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the mind. Those are all flailing around uncontrollably. So that when you can focus into the heart mind, and you can oversee those, they're meant to be supervised or overseen. No one to be in, no one to leave. No one to go into the mind, no one to leave the mind. Know how to direct the mind. These are all pieces of clarity for this experience in this life. We're experiencing how to master the mind in the body, how to master the ego mind. These are the wonderful experiences that we present ourselves with. True Source Creator, God Source, which is a constant connection within all of us. When I talk about walking with your God, your pure consciousness, your divine self, it's literal. Walk with the God within you, as if the God is next to you, which the God is, and everywhere else. Excuse me. Creating a divine change in your perception means that you are open to feeling, smelling, tasting, touching, hearing, and observing how the divine God Source is already here now. You're not waiting for it. It's already here. It always has been. You are no longer following the incessant hungry chatter of the mind that's wandering the world like a lost puppy. You're more interested in leading the pack back home to devour the most succulent and expansive experiences in this world, which you create. In your perception of reality, people say, well, how long does that take? Your perception of reality can shift when you simply change what you put into your mouth and what words you choose to speak. And the mouth is your sacred portal to transformation while in the physical form, and must be revered and respected for what it can do. So what do? Okay, it's like anything. You clean your internal hardware. Any of the muck and the stuff and toxins and everything you've gotten in your physical form, you clean it out, polish it up, and so it's just detailed and pristine and ready to go. And when you think about this, when you get yourself to the understanding clarity, to becoming the truly wise person who is colorblind, both to the optimist who sees green light everywhere while the pessimist sees only the red stoplight. The truly wise person is colorblind. This is imperative because, guys, we are ascending. These are some of the details that some people overlook. While in the ascension process, we're always in ascension. This is accelerated on what we're involved with now, that we've all chosen to be in and with now as an experience. And we're embracing the experience. And we're always, you can, if you choose, that when you create a divine change in your perception of reality, of what is, means that you are open to feeling, smelling, tasting, touching, hearing, observing how the divine God Source is already here now. See, we're deceived by the ego mind, the subconscious mind, the mind. We're deceived, we're distracted, we're seduced into a direction that is oblivion, which is not. Why would we allow something like that in this life to happen with us? Why would we give that the authority to direct us and tell us what to do? When you are the authority, of you and the God source within you. Source creator, pure consciousness. You are the divine director. It's not ego. This isn't egoic energy. This is you, each of us. We decide. We determine. But it's not superficial. A lot of us will get caught up in the ego mind, egoic energies, and we'll go through this life on a superficial status. From a certain viewpoint, we only see the surface, and that's how we guide ourselves, just from the surface. And to make the shift, for some it's very difficult. Others, it's seamless. They determine it. It's not temporary. It's permanent. And you're the one that's actually producing, directing the whole shebang. Don't ever try not to believe the fact that, your life's already laid out for you. It's already structured. You're not going to be able to change any of it. It's just what it is. And that's how people have gotten the feeling that, well, this is the way life is, and that's the way, that's what I accept then. There's nothing else I can do about it. And that is perception. And that perception is very powerful. And what do? We hold on to it. We don't let go of the old. And that perception is old. Do you ever notice that some of us will keep a perception of this life in existence and never, ever let it go? No matter how old it gets, we continually repeat it and practice it. So how would you be able, if you aren't willing to let go of the old, how are you going to create a new space to arrive at a different dimension of reality? How are you going to do that? You can't. You are the one that's obstructing it. And this is what we do. We get so comfortable with our old perception. It just clogs us up year after year after year. And then what do? We become complacent and unattentive to ourselves. We kind of slip away from our spirituality. Because we believe, many of us believe, that life's given me a bad thing. I've gotten a bad deal in this life. None of this stuff should have ever happened to me. I've got, and then people say, this is what's interesting. People will blame their physical status, situations with their body, on other things. There's no blame here. It's just acknowledging, why is my body in the condition it's in? Why is it? And do you have that answer? Honestly with yourself. It's because what I've decided and experienced and how I view things and what my perception is of this life and this body. So, because I didn't do this and didn't do this is the results of it. And it's like, your perception is, okay, so the body ages, and not naturally, but it ages, and so the body ages, I've got to compensate for replenishing certain areas that the body can't produce anymore. But most of us don't do that. It's with everything. It is your perception of reality that literally structures, designs, and lays out your life. And when you can literally let go of the old so that you can create a new space to arrive at a different dimension of reality. So you pass through the heart of 4D. And the heart is the gateway to altering your divine perception of reality. Not the mind, not the egoic energies. And people want to know, what's the easiest way to feel the source creator, God, pure consciousness? There's no easier way to feel the source, your consciousness, God, is here now in your every breath, thought, movement. And simply by being completely open and surrendered to each moment, it naturally finds its way into you. It goes back to fighting the current, you know. Even though you know that this isn't the way, you still do it. You fight the current. Most of the people on this planet fight the current. I have so many different conversations, interactions with people across this planet, and the similarity there is that they're fighting the current. Whatever it may be, the body, the condition of the body, their perception of reality, your perception of reality, is what dictates to your belief. It dictates to you on what you believe. This is how I perceive things. You ever said that to yourself or others? Well, from what I can see or tell, this is what my perception of reality is of this. How do you change your perception of reality? I'm giving it to you. This is all important as we literally continue to ascend at some of us an accelerating rate. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we desire to do is to relax our bodies. What's the reality of your perception that you wish to shift or change about your body? What old things you realize that you must let go of in order to open up new space to arrive at a different dimension of reality? So relax the body. It's the body's time, relax. We're in meditation. Drop the shoulders. I release all tension, anxieties, fears, anything I may have attached to myself or attracted in the past, even the past 24 hours. I just let it go. I surrender it. I surrender to it. So then it just vaporizes. So as you relax the body, head to toe, inside and out, body responds. This is great. So as you relax the body, you move into the now. That's a choice. So the now is all we have. It isn't the past, and it is not the future. And some of us, all of us, we visit the past. We have reminiscings, and we have things that remind us, and pictures, and songs, music, locations, everything. And so we go back briefly, and all of that's wonderful, and then you go into the now. You're back into the now. But some of us get so seduced to being in the past because we perceive that our present, our now life sucks. So we spend a lot of our time in our past reminiscing over wonderful times that we tend to gravitate to that are gone, long, long, long gone. Some of us reminisce 50 years ago or more. Now what happens to those that do that frequently is that they take that past into a future that doesn't exist, and they create a future out of that past, and they relive that past in that future. This is why so many are saying to themselves off and on, sometimes it feels like I'm just running in circles, and I've really gotten nowhere in my life. Do we go into the future, wandering off into something that doesn't exist? No. We are in the now. The now creates the future. Moment to moment, space between heartbeats. It is the now that creates the future. What you're doing in the moment. And another wonderful thing about the now is that the chatter, the noise from the subconscious, from the ego, from the mind, all are silenced because you're only focused on the now. Moment to moment. And it stills the mind. And it gives you, or it lends you the opportunity to identify and clarify of letting go of the old so that you can create a new space to arrive at a different dimension of reality. And this is all positivity. This isn't doom and gloom. The heart-mind is the gateway to altering your divine perception of reality. The source God, source creator, pure consciousness is with you 24/7, always has been, always will be. It's just you opening yourself up to that. So as we relax the body and we're in the now, we want to breathe. We want breath in through our noses and breath out through our mouths. Whoop. And what is the breath? The breath is divine positive energy. Why is it divine? Well, because it sustains the physical body that houses the God, the pure consciousness, the source of creation. So the breath is divine since it supports the well-being of the physical vessel that holds the God. So we're seated, we're relaxed, and we have our divine positive energy, our breath. And we take that breath and we move it through the centers of our bodies. Straight pattern. No zigging or zagging. And we do this through our chakras, our energy vortexes, our wheels of light. They look like flowers, and they have geometrical shapes in the centers. This is where our chi, our prana, our godlike energy flows through these chakras. So we start with the root chakra, the Muladhara. This is the chakra, the red wheel of light. It represents our foundation of feeling of being grounded. And it's located at the base of the spine, the tailbone area. What does it affect emotionally, emotional issues for us? It hits on our survival issues such as financial independence, money, and food. Now, if you're having issues with any of that, then you've got issues with your root chakra. And there's some form of blockage going on there. This is a very distinct, clear roadmap for you to know your body and the etherical, spiritual connection. Then we move to the orange wheel of light, the Vadasthana. This is our connection and ability to accept others and new experiences. It's located in our lower abdomen. It's 2 inches below the navel and 2 inches in. The emotional areas or issues, sense of abundance, well-being, pleasure, sexuality. If you don't feel that you are abundant and you don't have a well-being or pleasure or sexuality, then you have issues with the sacral chakra and the energies that flow through it or don't flow through it. Then we go to the yellow or golden wheel of light, the solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This is about your ability to be confident and in control of your life. In control of your life means is that you direct it. Excuse me. It doesn't direct you. And it's in our upper abdomen and the stomach area. And its emotional ties to us it's how we feel about our self-worth, our self-confidence, our self-esteem. Many of the civilizations of this planet have very low self-esteem. And it's the physical association of the central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, and skin. And then we move to the green wheel of light, the heart chakra, the anahata. This is our ability to love. You think that's pretty important as an energy vortex? It's our ability to love. And the location is the center of the chest, just above the heart. Emotional issues, love, joy, and inner peace. Are you in love? And I don't mean with others, I mean with you, with the God. Do you experience great leaps of joy and inner peace? Or do you even think about that? Your physical association is your heart, your thymus, your lower lungs, your circulatory system, your immune system. Then you move to the blue wheel of light, throat chakra, the Vishuddha. This is our ability to communicate in the throat. It's our talking, what we say. Emotional issues are exactly our communication, self-expression of feeling, and the truth. And it's connected physically to our thyroids, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. Then we move to the Indigo wheel of light, the third eye chakra. This sits in between our eyes, on the brow. Sometimes it's called the brow chakra. Emotional issues, intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. And what's our physical association? Pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. And we move to the violet wheel of light, the Sahasrara. This is the highest chakra. It represents our ability to be fully connected spiritually to the divine, to the God's source, pure consciousness. It's the very top of the head. In our emotional, it's inner and outer beauty. How do you perceive your inner beauty of the God that you are? How do you perceive your outer beauty? Your connection to spirituality and pure bliss, which is the God within you. And the physical association, our pineal gland, our brain, our nervous system. So we have all of these wonderful guides to understand, to create our perception of reality for each and every one of us. In extreme positivity, where you eventually are colorblind because of the wisdom that you have gained. So you no longer look at positivity or negativity. You look and are God source, pure consciousness. You are infinitely positive, infinitely love. So you hold this, we hold this, we've taken it up through our energy vortexes, our chakras, and it's at the top of the head. And we just go back a little bit, and we hold it briefly. And I am light, I am love, I am. And in that brief moment, we compress it and condense it into pure liquid energy. And when we do this, we release it over the pineal gland. The pineal gland is very important to all of us because it is while we're in these physical bodies, it is the gateway to all the particles of existence. It's the gateway to the God source, creator source, pure consciousness, and beyond. So it's very important to us to have it full health, full capacity and operating. So this liquid energy released upon it, and we look at it as a prune, a raisin, a pine cone. I look at it as a rosebud. It's like a green bowl. And when I release this pure liquid energy over it, it expands and it comes into full bloom of a vibrant rose, multicolored petals. It's eternal, immortal rose. Beautiful fragrance. And this then opens up all the gates. All the obstacles are melted away from our perception of reality. And we become fully consciously aware that we are of and from the highest and deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And we know we're one. And we know we're God. And we know we're love. These are the perceptions of reality that we create in higher dimensional frequencies of that perception, of that reality, with God Source, Source Creator, pure consciousness. We are merged. We also learn to merge the God with the body with the God. We walk the planet paradise. By doing this and being true to your supreme reality that you are, you walk the planet as a God. Because the body and the God are one. The heart-mind, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, we're all one. You know, we have others with us. We have the Archangels, the Cherubim, the Seraphim, the Archetypes. This is a civilization that vibrates at a different frequency than we do. This is why we don't see them like we see each other, but they visit us and we visit them. You may not know it while it's going on, but afterwards you will know it, and it will come from the heart-mind. Just had a conversation with an angel. That was wonderful. That was fantastic. I appreciate and am grateful for the message that angel gave me. Now, thousands of them can surround any one of us at any one time. It's because of their frequency. So they could have a large number in a small area. They are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. And they've been helping and assisting us for a very long time as we have them. We have the Ascended Masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Jesus, El Moria, Abundantia, Pel, Thought. Many, many, many more. These are those who have mastered ascension out of physical form, hold God form, pure consciousness. We are mastering ascension into body and experiencing physical form. Are they any more omnipotent and powerful than we are? No. We all came from the same source. Source Creator. We're all one. And all of them are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Now, three of us assembled here, this massive meditation, multi-universe meditation, all directed to this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. So we call out to all the different facets, reflections of us, of all of us, of Source Creator, of God Source, of pure consciousness. So we reach out and we call upon all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And only those that are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation and forming of the circle of light. And they come in the googolplexes. One googolplex fills this universe. They come in the trillions from every direction. And they are with us now. We call upon all the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, beneath Earth. Many, many civilizations, many, and species, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude can be with us in this now, in this meditation, and the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the galactics, all the off-worlders, all the celestials, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the form of the circle of light. Now, there's billions of them, and we're only familiar with a handful of the civilizations and species. And this includes all of the levels and species of these civilizations. And we have the Pleiadians, and we have the Syrians, and we have the Andromedans, and we have the Arcturians, and we have the Feline, and we have the Zeta Reticuli, we have the Greys and the Nords, and we have the Draco and the Reptilian, and we have the Golden Pyramid and the Avian. Many, 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 many. Now, they've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And they are with us now. We call upon all of our loved ones, all of those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, and only those who are consciously aware that they are of the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the forming of the circle of light. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms, on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. There's trillions of them. They come in shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, of which many we've never seen before. Only those who are of the highest and from the highest, consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, in the form of the circle of light. We're only familiar with a few of them. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, and the minotaur. Many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now. So we're all assembled from everything and everything, existence and existence. All of our gods together, arm in arm, hand in hand. We're all in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, and abundance. And we're all one, and we're all love, and we're all God. And our God-light energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. All of us form this massive circle of light at the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of space. It would take over 1 billion of the suns in this solar system, 1 billion, to come close to the light and the brilliance of this circle of light. It saturates and floods all of our brothers and sisters, everything and everything, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now, in this meditation, in this circle of light, with the high midst of the highest high of deep, eternal love and gratitude, it totally vaporizes lower-level vibrational frequencies, no matter how many there are. We begin to levitate above the planet as the circle of light. As we do so, we are immediately met with a gossamer field of trillions of little reflective mirrors of endless, vibrant colors, all facets, all reflections of all of us. Everything and everything, all of us. And we're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column that reminds each and every one of us that we are the power of healing. Then we're presented with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is the column that reminds us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with the white fire. This is a column that reminds us, each and every one of us, that we are imbued with a white fire, God-light energy, frequency, from head to toe, inside out, that cannot be violated, penetrated, attacked, destroyed from any external authority, period. We are all protected 24/7. But you are the only one that can and has the power that if you choose, you can lower your frequencies low enough into dark matter, survival matter frequencies. And in the event that you choose to do this, you are then met with the purple transmuting flame. And this is a column that reminds you that you can literally call on the purple transmuting flame, transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralized substance and send it back to your consciousness where they are no more. Then you're met with the violet ray. This is a column that reminds you that you can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, purify, cleanse the area that those lower frequencies were, harmonizing, rebalancing your white fire armor, sealing the breach, and be in total harmony of the highest of deepest eternal love and gratitude. We're then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column that reminds each of us of the love that we are, the love that we're made of. And it's everywhere. It's in our sunsets. It's in our sunrises. It's in our rainbows. It's in our skies. It's in our clouds. It's in our oceans. It's in our forests. It is such a spectacular view of beauty that many of us are in awe of it. And we're in awe of the love that we all are. And this is there to remind us of the love that we all are. Now, some of us, as we continue to ascend above the planet, step outside of the physical form that houses us, and we float effortlessly above it. And as we do this and we continue to levitate up, we come across this massive crystalline light tower. And we created this. And it is larger than the solar system, so it's massive. And we look inside of it, and we can see this. It's an auric field, and it's pulsating. And it's in trillions of vibrant colors. And it sends out these warm waves of light. And each wave saturates, floods, and bathes all of us, inside and out, head to toe. And each one is a higher and a higher and a higher frequency of deep eternal love. It's effortless. It's perpetual and it's eternal. then we move up a little bit further, and we see at the top we designed where the golden ocean could come cascading down 360 degrees forever. And the golden ocean is pure, deep, eternal love. It saturates and floods all of us eternally. All of our brothers and sisters on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, in this meditation, circle of light. It's endless. We are all drops of the golden ocean, and each of us hold the essence of that ocean. We continue to levitate up, and we see our meditative sphere. It's its center circle. We created this sphere well over 2 years ago. It holds all of our meditations in perpetual motion, well over 900 meditations in perpetual motion. It's massive. It is omnipotently powerful. It is of the highest high of deep, eternal love and gratitude, bliss, joy, peace, abundance, tranquility, benevolence, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, flooding us perpetually, always. And it's all about perceiving your reality and opening up your horizons to higher dimensional frequencies. This is why it can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. This is why it continues to intensify and it continues to expand. We are all expanding. We are all evolving. We are all ascending. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. This is the semblance of the paradise, of the God planet, of a new frequency, of a new existence. The world that you know now is no more, no matter how much it tries to entice you to believe so. Ask yourselves this: what I let go? I let go of the old so that I shall create a new space to arrive at a different dimension of reality. I will pass through the heart at 4D. The heart is the gateway to altering my divine perception of reality. What is your new divine perception of reality? I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. yourself, what is your new perception of reality?